Blarla. Hello peeps and welcome back to Pharaoh. We continue on into South Dahshur, where we are going to build Sneferu's bent pyramid.
Today's episode is sponsored by Calumnius. Thank you, my guy.
Our new Pharaoh, Sneferu, is determined that this, the fourth dynasty, be remembered as the greatest ever to rule Egypt. His architects have contrived a tomb even more spectacular than the stepped pyramid of Huni, and Pharaoh wishes you to oversee its construction. You will need to establish a fair-sized settlement south of Dahshur, the site for Pharaoh's bent pyramid. Once in place, this city will provide the workforce necessary to complete this ambitious project. The bent pyramid is to be constructed of a plain stone core and faced with fine white limestone, that it may forever shine under the desert sun. You will find sufficient quantities of limestone at Dahshur, but you'll need to import the necessary amount of plain stone for this undertaking. Pharaoh wishes that our borders be pushed even further south, and to this end he has dispatched military forces to invade Nubia and to establish a fortified city at Buhen beside the second cataract of the Nile. To the north, Egypt has opened relations with Enkomi on the island of Cyprus. This land is named for its abundant reserves of copper ore, which are now a major import. Precious gemstones may be obtained from a recently established Egyptian outpost at Serabit Kadim in the land of Sinai. Lately, the supply has become erratic, however, due to unrelenting Bedouin and Canaanite attacks against the settlement, and we are uncertain how much longer the Egyptian forces stationed there can withstand them.
That is a lot to take in. So we're building a bent pyramid at the end of the day, and I guess in the next level we'll be off doing all this military stuff. So we have our win conditions of 3,500 population. That's a lot, isn't it? It is. Prosperity of 25, monument of 13, kingdom rating of 50. These will all be fine. The bent pyramid. Oh, and burial provisions we have as well. Okay. So time to look at the map. We can see it here. We zoom out. So a lot of desert, not a lot of green at all. Now we do have some fields here. So we could put some farmland down here with the irrigation, which I'm assuming we have. We can mine on this bit of stone here. It's always a bit of a thing, isn't it? They love doing this in Pharaoh, where you have like this slither of land that you need to build on in the corner. But look, there's even a bit more stone there. We do have a little bit of floodplains, not a lot. We have a little river up here. Oh, and some more meadows. So again, we might be able to grow some crops there. But otherwise, it's just barren desert, isn't it? It's just barren desert. Okay. So we do have the ferry landing and the bridge. We're going to need them, quite honestly. And the courthouse reduces crime. So is this the magistrates? Because in the comments, someone mentioned to me, thank you very much, reminded me that the courthouse, the magistrates, does reduce crime. I've been using just the police. I generally try not to build this because it can start to push the housing level up higher than perhaps I necessarily want it. But we are having problems with crime, so I might have to start coping with larger housings. So we do have irrigation and the water lift. We're going to need it. So we can build a barley farm, grain. So that's going to be our main food source, isn't it? Along with the straw coming off. And then we have the work camp. We have the limestone quarry. So all of our limestone is going to be coming from down here. So we can build jewellers, the brickworks. So we can sell lots of those. Weavers, beer, pots, and papyrus. So it seems as if we'll have to buy in a lot of the raw materials, but then we can build the industry, which means we can employ a lot of people, which is important because we need a population of 3,500. It seems like beer may be a potential for one of our big selling commodities, right? So we have 3 gods, Ra, Ptah and Osiris. Ptah being our patron god. Here's our monument stuff. So the work camp, we have the Stonesmasons Guild, the Carpenters Guild, all the things you'd expect, along with the bent pyramid. How big is it? Oh, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Right then, we need to come up with a plan. Plans are hide. So grain will be available actually for export. Look at that. So we can import granite. We can export lime too. Import the plain stone, which they said we'd need to. Import the clay. But we can export pots. We can export the barley and the beer. I mean, the beer would be more preferable, of course. Import the flax. Import and export linen. Import the reeds. So yeah, we'll be able to do all of this sort of stuff. We can't export the jewellery, worth bearing in mind. Import, export copper, import wood, ebony and incense. Okay. I feel like we need to get established before we do anything, which is getting a settlement, making sure it's sustainable with food and water, and that we've got a way of making money. And it seems that we're going to have to do that over here. So we can get some quick, easy food here. We can get the limestone going to sell for now. So I feel like we might be starting over here. It's not ideal at all, because we're not going to be able to build the pyramid over here. We're going to have to get that set up over here. But let's just try and get stable first. Get a foothold, because it's not an easy place. We're going to need a ferry crossing for people to get over here. Sort of dictating things a little bit. Yeah, I think we might do that. Might start with something smaller because of the nature of where we are. It's not great, is it? So we're going to need the water supply. We are going to put in the fire and architect's post. We will then put in the apothecary. Oh look, we have the mortuary and the dentist. We'll put in the physician. Like this. I forgot to put the bazaar in, which is a bit bizarre. So what I might do is pop the bazaar there. We're going to want the grain. I want it right on the coast there, something like this. And then we're going to need a work camp for that. Get them working at the work camp. We're going to need a granary. Maybe I will put the rest of the houses in, because there's a lot to sort out. There is. We're going to have to stick in a festival square here. It's so bizarre. Because I'm going to want to get those going. I am. Do you like my strange and bizarre designs? We need the quarries. That's a lot though, isn't it? I've gone a bit nuts. Okay. Gone a bit nuts. Let's move that. Right. Gonna need like the architect's posts and stuff around here, because we don't want these to be collapsing and whatnot. What a mess. Deal with it. And we also need somewhere to put in the I'm gonna need this road, because I need to put in yeah, I'm gonna fill these quick. So I can't have this here. Oh well. This is going to be interesting. Well, I think that would sort food Yeah, buy the grain. I think that would sort most of their initial problems. Okay. Here we go then. What a strange way to begin. We will start with Ptah as well. We'll do that. And here they come, everybody. Here they come. What we will need to do is make sure that we can export this. So they buy it. It's water. No! I'm going to need a dock. I'm going to need a dock. Who's going to work at the dock all the way down here? What I might have to do, you know, like we do with these ferry ones. A little group of houses. And we just give them some bits. Well, we would have to give them... They will have to have water. They will have to have a physician. And I would argue a bazaar. 100 people. Okay. But we're going to need to trade limestone. I need people in there. This is mental. What have I done? Something very, very strange. I bet nobody else starts this level like this. Just me. Just me. Okay. Why? Why is it always like this? Except none. Except all grain. Got nowhere to put the sticks. That's okay, though. It's straw, isn't it? I always call it sticks. What's that about? And then one for Ra. So do we have anybody? We do have some at the docks. So we... It wasn't... Sarabit. Ah, here. Right, let's get that open. Good. Yeah. Oh, and we would probably need to actually set it export when over. We'll put 1 for the time being. We want to get a way of earning money. That's all we need to do is sort of let it all build up. We don't get that indication that the docks are actually functioning anymore. Just have to trust that it is. It's understaffed, but you know, we could always turn some of these off, couldn't we? So we could, and then they can go and work somewhere else. We are short of 89 employees, but these houses will upgrade. We just need to get the food spread out. That's always the way, isn't it? Getting that food out there. It looks like we are selling some limestone.
I wonder if the city has any sights I could see while they unload my ship.
3. I bought 3. That is fantastic. I don't think we're going to need this many. Maybe when we're building the actual pyramid, but for the moment, we could probably push those workers in other locations, like to the fields right now. So nothing's really going to change now until the next harvest comes in. Mayor Lethis, the city of Serabit Khadim, requests that you send 500 Dabans in 12 months. Helping Serabit could bring us benefits later. We're going to be asked 4 doubloons. So the fact that I'm trying to make us cash rich is actually a really good thing. Interesting. Although we can only sell so many bricks a year. But so we are going to have to get into some of these other industries, aren't we? Like beer making. Fairly quickly. Okay. Okay. We'll deliver that. The flood looks like it's going to be okay, but not amazing. Oh, the next flood will likely fail entirely. Oh, that's not good, is it? Well, all this food will start coming out now. It is. We can see her. And we'll start distributing it to the houses. Not just these ones, but this one too. Oh, do you know what? I've not put by grain. Get that done. There she goes.
There is no better place upon this earth.
Well, I mean, he's ridiculous. But look.
The bazaar needs some items, and I'm
going
going
to get them. Good. And please, because they need food. This bizarre thing. I'm going to have to get used to this. We changed it, didn't we? In the last level. I've got to get used to it. Got to get used to it. Right. So then it comes down to entertainment. Right. So that they build up more. Am I bothered about them building up more? It's short by 15 workers, but with these houses upgrading and these ones, this might balance out okay, giving us the opportunity to upgrade it when we've got entertainers later, but we can always sort that out on this side, and then they travel over here to entertain, and then we can up the limestone industry that way. 500 residents over here. 500. With that in mind, do we now set up another settlement over here to start the beer? We get the breweries going, start selling beer as well. We could set a dock up there. And Maydum, who we already have the water route with, buy beer. And we've got a beer route here as well through land. Some more grain farms. And then if we get another granary in. Not right next door. Dangerous. In case it all burns down. Can't get a road up there, of course. That coming off this way. A little bit annoying. So we have an unemployment rate of 9%. So if I could squeeze in another work camp. And we can turn on another one of those. Just trying to balance it. Just trying to balance it. Unemployment of 1%. But we do have that open. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So we can see the exports doing all right. It's covering wages. We have 500 from requests. Yeah, so our exports are probably just covering wages, not the festivals, not requests, not even construction. So we do need another source of financial income. 3 grand. No floods happening this year. What a disaster. The food is coming off the fields. And we've actually got some food that's being left on the fields. However, I don't think it's going to flood this year. So, what was that blessing though? A huge flood. That was the blessing. A massive flood. Yes, significantly better. We have finally got the gods on our side. I didn't make this granary accept all. That's why they were left. I've got to remember. Why can't I remember? Right. It's all coming back. This is fertile. 92% fertile. 93. Beautiful. Right then. Time to build a new industry with very little money. We are going to need people to work this ferry landing as well as the docks. We have no choice on where the docks go. I mean, docks would go there, but and here, this is, I think, going to be a bit better for us. They're expensive. So that's in. And this is where it can trade barley and beer. Okay. That much we have to do there. Now, it might also be nice if we have some storage yards near the docks. So when they produce beer, it comes right by the docks. We are then going to need work camp coming to the fields. Possibly 2, but it might be better if we had another work camp up here. But we'll just start with this one down here, see how we get along. And then we'll need brewers. Let's try and go with 3. And then we put all the houses here. I know that they're not going to like all that industry being there, but we need them to try and reach this dock. We could leave some space in case we need gardens. We can get some entertainment. I think that will work. In for a penny, in for a pound. We don't have much left. This sort of needs to work, but we also need people working here. So we need to do our... to try to cut costs. Wages have fallen throughout the kingdom. That's very useful to us. We can put them down by 1. Just by 1. Okay. Look at the exports earned last year. Fantastic, fantastic. Okay, this is good. So we're going to pop those in. And do these bits. We are selling more limestone down here while... and these are building up. While we wait for the other place to build up. Let's get that festival going. Now, I do wonder if it's worth trying to get a granary over here somewhere. So we're probably expecting a pretty good harvest. And then it'll be less distance for them to travel. So let's see if we can get people working there. And I will remove that. See if we can get people working there. Because there, and now we can put that back in so that he's more inclined to come past these houses. It'll take a while for this barley to come in and look. So there are people ready and waiting for the barley to turn it into beer. Then I need to come into here, available for export. Export went over 100, yeah. We are going to export all the beer. So we have an unemployment problem of 1%. I'll take that. That's very good. Could really do with holding another festival. We have got some more money in. So Osiris. We're playing very close to the edge here. It looks like we're now cutting stuff from the fields. 1,000 people live here. Okay. Right. Cerebit now need 1,000. 12 months to comply. We're going to acknowledge that. All that food does appear to be coming off, yeah. So they've definitely got enough granaries at the moment. It's not staying on there. What's the flood looking like? Not amazing. The beer has started. We're saving up now. 1,000 Dabins, doubloons. Get that debt paid. That gift sent. Gift sent. 7% unemployment, because I quite like the idea maybe of making a 4th, but we kind of need to save money and we don't know how long it will take. They may smash through that before the next batch comes off the fields, right? We'll see. Oh look, we've got some grain making its way over here. That's how much came off the fields. We've got some beer coming in. Brilliant. So we now have some beer that we can sell. Oh, look at this. Pharaoh now needs us to collect 900 beer. 24 months to comply. Right, I'm not going to stockpile that yet because we're saving. We are saving. Let's open that up. See if we can sell more of this. You're coming to buy beer. They bought beer. Pause. So the gold request, we're going to send that now. Now it's into beer. So we are now going to stockpile beer. Okay. Wow, I'm picking these industries just right. Hey. Oh, look, now we have 3,500. Oh, because we had the out of money thing. Oh, I thought we were doing so well, so we got a gift. Thought we were doing so well. But to be honest, we are doing quite well. We can definitely throw festivals again now, though. Rah. They're getting a bit upset. So let's get those going. So the unemployment is climbing. Probably from over here. Maybe what we could do is use that for the complex. So that the god stops being all upset and whatnot. Could stick it here. Would we need that land? Possibly. But we'll leave room for a path. I think I'm going to stick that in there. It's really expensive. But it'll keep our patron god pretty happy, and it'll also deal with a lot of jobs that look, what's going on up here. So we're short by 15 workers. That's fine. That's fine. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Save that beer. Save that beer. Sell these bricks. We're going to turn you off now, I think. I mean, really, we need to be looking at the old monument as well. Look at it. And it probably will come somewhere around here, right? It's annoying that I can't move that build point. Oh, what is this? Overseer reports that city storage yards now have enough of these goods. Ah, yes. The beer. Send the beer. So the beer is now sent. Let's get rid of that. Oh, I can't. It's stuck on my... No longer stockpile. So we can start selling the beer again. Yeah. So the build point is on this left side. It'd be nice to be able to rotate that around, but you can't. Makes it a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. And we probably will build it somewhere around here. We'll have to build, I think, another town or something down here, and we can use this for more food, I think. Just trying to get stable, aren't we? That's what we're trying to do. That's a little bit worrying. Not enough room for the barley. So what I'm going to do is build another brewers. And what we will do is put down another storage yard for barley. But what we can do is export barley when I think it's over 3,200. Is that how much one of these can hold? I think it is. Ah, we can deliver those. Knowing that requests for limestone's coming in, we're going to lose... No! Oh, well. What about over here? No, the grain looks good. The grain does look good. Knowing that those requests come in, I might open up that one again. Yeah. Like, oh, look at him. Well done. Well done. He looks unhappy. He looks quite unhappy about the situation, but he's just holding it. Just holding it.
If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Thank you to all my Patreons for their continued support.